Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I'm your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. I had a little chat with Senzo Meyiwa this afternoon, and Senzo is still a little bit, depressed, if I can put it that way. Among some of the things that Senzo says is, there are a lot of powerful people involved here, and, people are scared to come forward with whatever information they have. That sort of thing. Fear. But what drives me in my life is cowards die many times before their actual deaths. You see, if you're afraid of doing something, you will forever hold your peace. And of what use is your fear to us? Of what use is your fear to humanity? This is not about a criminal enterprise. We are not engaging in criminal activities here. There is nothing to fear. Everything must be above board, so that if people have any information, they must come forward with it. I am not going to get, anonymous tip-offs that at the end of the day, nobody wants to own up to. Because at the end of the day, that information will be mine, Behind every piece of information I get, there must be an individual. Remember, I'm driving these matters to court. I'm not just going to end up on YouTube saying all these things that I'm saying. At some stage, I have to come up with concrete evidence and support whatever it is that I'm supporting. So if there's anybody with information, let him be prepared, him or her be prepared to come into the open and disclose that information. For now, we can say we have no access to 375. But the fact that we don't have any access to 375 now does not mean that, we cannot approach any of the people. I think their consciences are eating away at them, if 375 is anything to go by. Anybody who was in that Meyiwa, that house, right, in that Khumalo house on that day, who can depose to an affidavit? You see, I don't just want anybody giving me a statement. I want somebody to give me a sworn statement to say, this is what happened. Because I can foresee that, it is going to take quite some time to secure 375. But my starting point is, if 375 is not going to be used, why should anybody, be scared of 375? Why don't they why won't people let us peruse 375 and find out what is contained in 375? Because I am not saying anybody is responsible for the death of Senzo Meyiwa. I have always said there are two dockets, and why make a choice in favor of one docket and not the other? That is the problem that I have with Gininde and company, right? That it is not for them. Maybe they were the policemen and the prosecutors, and they had the final say in this matter. But they don't have the final say about, the fate of Senzo. They are not going to tell us that this is how they are going to deal with the end of Senzo. We have to get an ending that will be transparent, that everybody will see this is a just and fair ending. And above all, we are doing it for the Meyiwa family. It is not about me. For God's sake, it is not about me. I'm not trying to achieve anything here. And there's nothing to achieve here. So what I'm saying is, let those in possession of 375, please let us have 375. But in the interim, I'm also, going to knock on the hearts of the people inside of that house. Senzo's friends from Durban, Tumelo Matlala, there was also that other fellow, Mtokozisi, whose name I still don't recall. These were Senzo's best friends. How does your best friend die in your company? When he had invited you to his sister's, to his girlfriend's, home to come and have drinks, and he loses his life. Are you going to live with this for the rest of your life? Somebody must depose to an affidavit. We'll try that route also. If nobody is prepared to depose to an affidavit, we'll have to pursue 375. That is the only thing we have on the table. But like I said earlier on in my earlier videos, that man Malisela Tifo, that I told you earlier on will be appearing in court tomorrow on the charges that he faces, has some information. He has some information. I must also, as a matter of agency, try and find out how I get in touch with Tifo. Just to say to Tifo, what was it you were saying about 375? What do you know about 375? Can you help me get somebody in that house? They've actually said in court that there will be a witness who will come before court. He told Judge Chifiwa Maumela that there is a witness who is going to come before court and testify that there were no intruders and that, in fact, Senzo was shot by Kelly Kumalo. That is what Tifo told the court. I'm not just making up these things. You see, they are a matter of public record. They are there in the court records. Whether we have a second trial or a third trial or whatever, they are matters of public knowledge. So I'll not rest. I will not rest. I will have another engagement with Sfiso along these, these lines that let us do away with fear, because there's nothing criminal in what we are doing. There is nothing criminal or underhand that we are doing. We are simply seeking justice. And we want to, if you seek justice, you'll seek it above ground, not in some corner, hidden in some corner somewhere. Let me thank you for watching my videos. I'm very grateful for the support that I get from you. Please give me your support. I need those subscriptions. I need those views. Let us grow this channel and achieve something out of this. Thank you very much.